At the Hague-based court, KTN's senior political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi highlights the economic and territorial claims at play and explains why a major diplomatic and legal headache confronts both countries as the case.
When then Kenyan Foreign Affairs Minister Moses Wetangula signed a memorandum of understanding with his Somalia counterpart at the time, Abdirahman warsame, on April 7, 2009, it appeared that the two neighbors had sealed a unanimous pact on their maritime boundary. However, it turns out that was never to be, as Somalia renounced the MOU in just 6 months and later sued Kenya at the International Court of Justice in 2014, laying claim to these 100,000 square kilometers of maritime territory in the Indian Ocean.
The proceeding is in this case
A legal tussle that culminated in Kenya's notice on Monday not to participate in the court hearings.
The opinions that the ICJ will give are just opinions. They are not binding. And Kenya has no obligation to agree to it.
So just what is at stake in this dispute? Perhaps most prominent are recent oil and gas discoveries off the Indian coast, with several multinationals lining up for oil blocks within the contentious space. Potential investors now caught in the dilemma whether to strike deals on these resources with Kenya or the largely dysfunctional Somalia.
One of the richest hauls of tuna fish on the eastern coast of Africa is found in this area. There is also the existence of proven deposits of oil and gas, and people are looking for resources everywhere. And they have found Somalia being dysfunctional as it has been, and I hope that they will put the act together. They are easier to manipulate and get better deals.
Yet implications of several previous ICJ verdicts hint the Kenyan-Somalia standoff is headed for further escalation whichever way the ruling goes. A classic example back home is the protracted border dispute between Nigeria and Cameroon for control of an oil-rich 994-mile stretch dubbed the Bakassi Peninsula that also landed at the ICJ. At one point during the trial, Nigeria deployed a contingent of over 3,000 soldiers to the contentious area, citing harassment of residents, most of who are of Nigerian origin. The Nigerian government only withdrew its troops after the ICJ ruled in Cameroon's favor in 2002. 19 years later, the two countries are yet to finalize demarcation of a fresh boundary, as ordered by the court. In the current case, Kenya is among the leading contributors of troops to the African Union mission in Somalia, a deployment which Parliament recently ordered should be extended to guard the contentious maritime triangle, with the tough-talking Foreign Affairs Ministry on Somalia's neck.
Kenya's position about this serious matter is as follows and is immutable, that we will not cede any inch of Kenyan territory to anyone or any government.
Once your sovereignty is threatened by external aggression, then the only alternative you have is to defend yourself. And by defending ourselves, it means we shall have to position our military.
And as suspicion and mistrust escalate, the International Court of Justice is certainly on the diplomatic spotlight as the Kenya-Somalia standoff plays out before the global gallery. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
All right, thank you so much, Murimi Mwangi, for that. And that's the decision.